Well, good morning, everybody. So I was heading to the grain bin to dump the black Kenworth. In fact, George and I and Tyler all had the trucks, and we were on our way there, and I was in the back of the pack and driving along with Kenworth, turned out on the highway, started shifting gears, and all of a sudden, pop, and just this god-awful whistle. So I pulled off on a side road. I noticed the truck started smoking really bad. Ooh, it's a little slick right there. So I pulled off on the side road and opened the hood up, and the intake tube from the turbo to the aftercooler, the aluminum intake tube, had blown apart. I mean, it literally shattered the aluminum. So I'm back here in the archives. I'm pretty sure I've got one of those intake tubes laying around here somewhere. So I'm gonna go see if I can find it. Here's the old Cummins that came out of the black Kenworth originally. So hopefully it's on this pile of parts here somewhere, and I have one. I'm gonna get out and rummage around and see if I can find one. Well, would you look at here? We're in luck. We've got one. This is why I don't throw stuff away. Oh boy, now all I need is a gasket for it. I could probably make a gasket, but I don't see a gasket laying around. They're kind of a metal gasket. Nope, I don't see a gasket. See if it's stuck to the side of the old 350. No, it's long gone. I'll see what I can come up with in the shop for a gasket. Might have to just make one. So here's our old gasket. As you can see, a piece blew out of it when it exploded. But we'll clean that up. Try to figure out what we're going to do for a gasket. It blew it completely out of the intake over there. And it was actually laying up on top of the motor. So it was a pretty loud bang when it all happened. So I'll show you in the shop what it looks like. So here's the old one, and this is what happened. It looks like it had been broke for a little while. This is real dark right here. So it looks like it's been cracked here for a while. And then it finally just said that it was done, and it just blew apart. So this one is the same. So we got lucky that we had one. So we'll get this one cleaned up. We're not going to paint it or anything, but we will pressure wash it, clean it all out, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for a gasket and throw it back together and carry on for the day. So this intake's got some dirt and stuff in it from laying outside. So I'm going to use the new to me pressure washer that I got from Madison's cousin. Her grandpa originally bought this pressure washer brand new like 20 years ago and never hardly used it. Neither did her cousin. They only used it once in a while to wash some equipment up. So I couldn't beat the price on it. A new Hotsie was like $9,500. And I got this Alcoda that is an absolutely nice unit for $750. So I couldn't pass it up. So it's still a 3,000 PSI pressure washer, and it's got a lot of life left in it. It's hot water, so I couldn't pass the deal up. Plus, I kept it in the family. found some gasket material. It'll work. It's not quite what that's made out of, but it'll get us by for today. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is lay this on here. It's not going to be anything too pretty, but it'll work. That'll Cummins ain't too picky. Using a piece of one of the laminated beams from the fertilizer shed project. They were throwing them out, so I grabbed it. Kind of works for a nice thing to beat on and gets a little things higher off the bench to work on them. I don't know, I couldn't just see them just throw them away. They're nice chunks of wood. Oh. Got my bolt holes here. Go ahead and just kind of fill this in. Alright, now we can cut that out. Like I said, don't have to be perfect. Might as well use this for this too while we're at it. I think this is like intake gasket material. I actually used this on my 36A John Deere project to make the spacer for the camshaft cover. Needed a shim in there. It's actually really tough stuff. This utility knife is dull. Somebody's been cutting cardboard with it. A little bit right there. Like I said, it don't have to be perfect. Just get the hole opened up in the center. That'll work. My scissors. I want to do just a little trimming on that. There. In this corner just a little bit in case it's sitting in a truck show and somebody opens the hood and he's like, who cut that gasket out? Walk up and tell them you'd never believe who cut that out. Alright. Hole punch. Dad sharpened my hole punch. It works a lot better now. so the camera can see. Yeah, my buddy Michael's watching. I don't know if you can see, but my tongue's out. This is a major concentrating ordeal, so my tongue is out. I have this habit that when I work on stuff that I really concentrate on, my tongue comes out. About lost it one time because of that. I was working on a conveyor that I was building, a custom conveyor, and I was trying to get the belt to track straight on the conveyor. Well, I decided, stupid me, took an inch and an eighth wrench, tried to hold over on the belt a little bit. This was a conveyor I was building for the trommel. And when I was holding over on the belt, the wrench jaw got caught in the conveyor. The wrench flipped up, busted me in the bottom of the jaw, and my tongue was between my teeth when it happened. So that hurt pretty good, and it kind of taught me a little bit of a lesson. So, all right, there's our gasket. I'm gonna clean that face up, and then we'll get her put back together. All right, we'll just hit this with the wire wheel real quick. Might help if we have a battery. That's better. There we go. I'll go put it back on the truck. Okay, so we're ready to put it back together. We're going to put a little bit of Permatex high-tech gasket sealant on it. Kind of help glue things. So we did clean up the engine side. Just took a wire wheel and cleaned it up. Kept the debris out of the hole by having George start the engine and hold it to the floor while I done it, to keep all the debris sucked in. I have to worry about them getting in my eyes. No, not really. That's not how we did it, but it sounded good though, didn't it? Get this glued back on. All right. Like my new gasket, George? Cut that out all by myself. All right, gasket looks good. This intake started in our boot on that side. Put it down there gently. Oh, that washer needs. Let's go over here. There we go.
Situations where you go, oh, how much boost did you have?
All of it. And let me tell you, when you don't have no turbo boost, it's a different story. Talk about rolling coal. You can't see behind this truck at 25 miles an hour. All right, now we can go put our clamp back on our boot. All right, so we'll tighten this up, and then we're good to go again.
Oh, I thought a cat was dying.
What?
I thought a cat was dying out.
Why?
Because your little
I was telling a story of what happened. It was like, wow! It's just black smoke trying to go up the one hill. I had to keep downshifting. It's a different story when you have no turbo boost. The boosts were gone. All right, let's go pick some corn. Well, forgot that I needed to dump the truck before I could go pick corn, because that's what I set out to do this morning before the big bang. So get this unloaded real quick, and then we'll head to the field, see what we can get picked today. That ought to do it. So we only got about 2 rings to go, and then this bin will be full, and we'll start hauling to the elevator again. Well, we made it to the field. Kenworth's running real good. No problems with it. We're gonna pick off this little field here. Get rid of it. There's a bigger one behind me. Gotta get over one row. There's this little field, and then the one on the other side of the ditch is the one that Dad left off on when we got snowed out. Take it nice and easy here for a little bit until the gearboxes and the head get warmed up. Just everything thawed out pretty nice. 2388 definitely thawed out because it's been sitting in the shop. And actually, I ended up hauling a load of corn to the bin before it started snowing real bad, so the 9650 John Deere didn't get really much snow ran through it. Just what was on the stalks. It wasn't actually snowing while I was picking. I'd like to get some outside views of this combine, but just haven't had a chance yet. We have one farm that's 90 some acres back at home, or back close to home, that I'm going to get some video in because we'll be able to bring the side-by-side over pretty easy. And hopefully it's supposed to warm up starting tomorrow, so it's supposed to be warm for a little while. So hopefully it'll be warm for that field, and I can get somebody to do some outside video. Now that Madison is a career clerk at the post office, she has to work pretty late. So she doesn't get off at like 3:30 in the afternoon like she used to when she was just a rural carrier. Before she'd get off at 3:30 in the afternoon, she'd have all kinds of time to come out and do video work for me. She'd run around in the side-by-side and get video. Well, now with the career position, there's some nights that she doesn't even get home till about 7:30. So by the time the carriers come back from doing the Amazon routes and all that, she just doesn't get home very soon. Once she gets through like a probationary period, then she's going to have like a set time where she gets off or something like that. I don't understand how it all works. I just know when she's home and when she's not. But definitely being a career postal worker, it's a good position now. She was just a rural carrier and she really wasn't full-time yet, but now she's got this career position, so she's got insurance and all that. So I tell her all the time, you're a working woman now. I'm like, now I can quit my job and just stay at home. That's not too popular when I say that. I would go nuts trying to stay at home. But it's fun to threaten her with it once in a while. I'm just glad she's not a rural carrier anymore, because her route was like 180 miles a day, and it was down a lot of back roads and dirt roads, and I was constantly doing mechanical work on her Jeep to keep it going. It was always something, and then it was always puncturing tires, you know, things that, got left on the dirt road, like nails and screws and things like that. All the time it was a tire issue. And then when you're driving that many miles per day, it's a lot of oil changes too. You don't really think about it, but a lot of the miles add up quick. So it's oil change after oil change after oil change. Well, we're over in the big field now where Dad's been picking. I got done with that little field, went to the truck to dump, and I hit my button to turn my unloading auger on, and popped the shear bolt in the pulley. So under closer investigation, I realized that I made a very rookie mistake. I should have put my auger out before I started picking, and I should have made sure that my unloading auger ran. Wasn't thinking, sun was shining, felt like it was a little warm out. Things just weren't clicking in my head, I guess, and I took off with it. So I had to run home and get the heater, and I ran the heater off of my welder generator in the back of my truck, set the heater up inside the combine on some 2x6s, and let it warm it up for a half hour. Put the shear bolt back in, got in the combine, hit the button, it jerked just a little bit, and started running. So that was luck. That could have been bad, because I had a full hopper of corn. There really was no driving it home to unload it. So that could have been a bad deal right there. So that problem is solved, and we're back at it. So always remember to put your unloading auger out after they've sat in the snow and it froze, and make sure that everything runs. It can save you a lot of time and hassle. There was some rotten stuff in there, and boy do I stink now. I took a drill bit and I drilled a lot of it out so that the heat could get deeper in there faster. like taking a popsicle and scraping it with a knife. All that was going all over me. So my hoodie smells like rotten soybeans and rotten corn. This smells wonderful. Well, despite the problems that we had today, it's been a really good day. We've actually got quite a bit done. Got a lot of corn moved to the bin. So not every day is a good day, but there's something good in almost every day. Just like beautiful sunsets. Okay, we're gonna go back here to this field. It's in the woods. We can make our way through here without hitting anything. Monitor's throwing a fit because it lost signal. We're in the trees. I had this whitened out pretty good. Kind of grew up again. Come through here and clean this up a little bit. I did it with little Richard the last time. I plucked some trees out. I think next time I need to bring the 220 or the 200 and really give it a makeover. It's tight with an 8-row head. Brought the green cart. What was I thinking? Well, this little field actually looks pretty good. Skipped a row over so I didn't have to put that row divider right up along the trees over there. Well, hopefully we make it to the other end. It's usually pretty soft over here. Usually like to get some corn picked off around the low spots before I bonsai off in them, but I didn't in this case. See if I get lucky. I don't think it's going to be wet. It might be soft, but I don't think it's going to be wet. Feels okay so far. Getting soft. I can feel the hydrostat growling a little bit. That's doubled up rows right there. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, it comes to a point, so all this got doubled up when it got planted. Hey, we made it. Alright, I'm gonna go down and probably bring a grain cart back here. Well, we're just about done with this small field. Everything's going great. I'm ready to go home for the night. Getting hungry. It's getting to be that time of the day. Supper time. Bought Madison a KitchenAid mixer, one of the 4.5 quart KitchenAid mixers for Christmas gift. And I gave it to her already because I figured, well, she's going to want to use it for cooking for Christmas. So, and she's going to be wanting to make cookies between now and Christmas. So hopefully she's going to make me some sugar cookies tonight. see what happens. She talked like she was going to get it out of the box and make some. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know what I like more, the actual cooked sugar cookies or the sugar cookie dough. It's still out there. The verdict is out on that one. Well, I had mentioned it's my birthday soon, and I didn't realize it's already November 28th that we're doing this video. So, my birthday's tomorrow. Oh, man. Sometimes you just lose track of time, I guess. I'm just another year older and deeper in debt. That's all it is. Get these last rows here along the ditch picked off. Oh, I thought I only had 8 left. There's 16 left here. Whoops. That's alright. Now we're on the official last rows of this field. Right up along the ditch here. I'm going to finish picking these off. I'm going to dump in the cart, drive the combines back to the other side of the road in the big field, park them for the night, come back, get the cart, probably pump some fuel in the combines before we leave so we can bring some fuel in the morning. We've got tanks set up on the black trailer. Kind of a poor man's Thunder Creek fuel trailer, since I haven't got one of those yet. Maybe someday, we'll see what happens. They must not have liked me at the expo show. But maybe one day we'll get one and see what happens. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one.